All right, this is worksheet H6-5. This is problem number 10 that we're looking at here. This is the longest, most complicated one, so I thought I'd do a separate video for this one. So starting out here, it says that we've got 2 times the quantity of log of 2x minus the log of y, and then we're subtracting the log of 3 plus 2 times the log of 5. So starting out here, we're just going to use our order of operations. There's a couple ways this can be done, but I think just sticking to what we know is probably going to be the best. So as we take this here and we look at the first part, yes, I know that we have this coefficient out here, the 2, but let's go ahead and do the inside the grouping symbols first. So since we have log of 2x minus the log of y, we can use the quotient property and rewrite that as the log of 2x divided by y. Okay, now right now it's still got the coefficient of 2 out in front. And on the other side here, this other set of grouping symbols, you'll see we have log of 3 plus 2 times a log of 5. Well, with this one, you'll see we do have this coefficient in here. So let's go ahead there and move that up here. So we're actually going to have like a 5 squared. So when we rewrite this one, we've got minus our log of 3 over 5 squared, which, we'll just go ahead and say, oh, I'm sorry, that's plus in there. My fault. Let's jump back there. So we're going to be doing, make sure you're paying attention to the signs. So it's going to be like 3 times 5 squared. So 3 times 5 squared, or 3 times 25, is going to give us 75 on that one. So now we're going to take this here and we're going to move on to the next step. Let's go ahead and now deal with this coefficient. When we move this coefficient up here, right, it's on this entire quantity that's inside of here. So we're going to square everything that's inside. And when we do that, we now have log of 2x times 2x is going to give us a 4x squared. And on the bottom, y times y is going to give us a y squared. So we have the log of 4x squared over y squared. And then we're going to say, now that we're subtracting the log of 75, right, we're going to apply the quotient rule here. So when we do this now, we're going to end up with having the log of a 4x squared over our y squared, right? And when we're doing this here, when you're dividing, by 75, I'm just going to write this out so you can see it. You don't have to do all this when you're actually doing it here, right? Dividing by 75 is really the same thing as multiplying by 1 over 75. So when you're subtracting a log, right, this is really like saying times 1 over 75. This part of it here is going to end up going, our 75 is going to end up going to the denominator. So because we have this minus on the log. So when we take this here and we put it all together, right, our answer ends up being the log of 4x squared over 75y squared, right? And again, that's because we're subtracting that log. It ends up being down in the denominator. So our answer for this problem ends up being the log of 4x squared over the 75y squared. If you have questions about that, bring it to class and we will talk about it.